welcome back to my page. It's been a while since I've posted. I figured I'd just go through my whole collection. I know this has been out for a couple years now, but I got the American Pro 2 Jazzmaster. This thing is like a main staple in my band, Silver Horizon. I use it on a majority of our songs because it fits the like indie, alternative, like disco punk wave really well. It has the Pro V-Mod 2 pickups in it. I personally like to have the switch up to keep it in series, so it's like a decibel boost on both of them going together. And then also it has the push-pull. When it's out, it gives it more of a vintage tone, and then when it's in, it's more of a modern tone. So you can switch between the two. I also put a few little stickers on it, but yeah. We'll go through the little sounds a little bit. So with it in series, this is the noise I like to use a lot for the band when I'm doing like our song Come Down. And then if I keep it on like the normal pickups here with vintage for the bridge, kind of more of a like thin crunchy sound. I love this color. It looks, depending on like how you're kind of looking at it in the lighting, it goes from being like a almost like surfy green to being silver. I got it because I was like, well, we're Silver Horizon, get a silver guitar. Has a really nice maple neck on it, which is my personal preference. I know most of the time people like rosewood or ebony, but I don't know, something about maple. I like the way it looks and the way it feels, and yeah, this thing's pretty great. It also has the panoramic tremolo on it. I don't use it that much, but you can get some cool tones out of it. Yeah, this thing is in a lot of our songs and in a lot of our videos. I will put up the music video right now for Going Too Fast, a little clip. Yeah, so that, I just think it just sounds great. It gives me the vibe that I want based off of like, I don't know, I know that there's a lot of bands that will use like either Jazzmasters or Strats, but I like that type of sound you get from the alternative indie thing. Like if I think about like Arctic Monkeys, even when I saw the Strokes a few weeks ago, like Nick has been out, so they had a guy filling in on guitar, and he was using a Jazzmaster for a chunk of it, along with also Gibson ES. Yeah, these things are great. I got this thing around a year ago. It's been recorded like on a ton. I pretty much mainly play this thing, even though I have 9 other guitars over there, but yeah, this thing's great. I'm also going to really quick go through the differences between like kind of the in-series and just using the overall neck pickup itself. So, neck pickup. And if you do that in series instead. Oh Oh yeah, by the way, I'm running it through a 68 Twin Reverb Custom, and I also, like some of my always on pedals, I use a micro amp, MXR micro amp, and a Keeley compressor. So those are always on. Micro amp's obviously blasted all the way. This amp is too big for my bedroom, so gotta use the micro amp to give it that extra distortion, because if I had to turn the volume knob up, it would be way too much. One thing I also like is I like how on the headstock here, the tuning pegs, they get smaller as you go down. They're not like the normal length ones. They start to kind of go down so that you can like cut less of a string. I still kind of like to be safe and give it like a little bit extra length there so that nothing ever goes loose or will snap. But yeah, that's a really cool little touch. I just think this thing is overall a really good instrument. They also don't have the standard Jazzmaster bridge on here, which is good. They put a different one in here. I think this is like the Mustang one, because I have never owned another Jazzmaster, but I've heard that the original one is just not it. Yeah, this thing is just all around a great guitar, though. I love the pickups, and I don't think I would change anything about it at the moment. Maybe down the line I'll do little mods here and there. I was thinking, like, for my band, just doing some, like, almost, like, not gimmicky, but, like, I was thinking about throwing a switch in here with, like, a fuzz circuit inside, so I could just, like, push out straight fuzz from this thing, or chorus, something like that. Because our band is really heavily inspired by, like, The Strokes, Royal Otis, Fontaines DC, and a bunch of those type of bands. And I know Fontaines, they have like some of the gnarliest, like darkest sounds that you can get. They use a lot of really sick pedals, so I thought it'd be cool. I own a bunch of them, but to like actually put a circuit in here would be cool. Yeah, I've owned this thing for around a year. I got it, I think June of 2025. We've recorded it on a lot of songs. Like, for instance, we went to the studio a little bit of, like, around 2 weeks ago, and I recorded on all 4 of the songs. I just think this thing sounds amazing for the sound that we're going for. It is great. Yeah, I basically leave it just up in the in-series the whole time. I love these tones, and it works really well for, like, kind of what we're going for. Like, some crunch and gain and, like, decibel boosts, but with, like, the thickness and bassiness that you get out of one of these. It's not like the typical circuit you get for a Jazzmaster, which I like. I prefer it this way. So there you have it. This is my Fender American Professional 2 Jazzmaster. I'm going to start doing weekly uploads. I'm going to go through all of my guitars, and then I'll go through my amp and my pedals. I'll also throw in new stuff here and there as I buy new gear, or if I go, like, bring you guys with me to check out some music stores with the band. I will also link below if you guys are interested in listening to my band's music and hearing some of that. I'll link the channel below. We have our normal channel where we release our music videos, all of that, and our second channel where we release vlogs, and it's behind the scenes of everything we do, from the studio to music video shoots to us just hanging and messing around. So anything you guys want to check out, it will be linked below as well.